manner of creature stands behind this counter? Man or machine is the big mystery. With every transaction comes a sweet satisfaction as I cement my place in history. It's just another sale to this comic selling alpha male.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to I Sell Comics, a weekly comics report with Mike and Ming, broadcasting live from Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. My name is Ming Chen, sitting to my right. Hello, Mike Zapsik.
What's
How
up,
are you?
Ming Chen? You sound like you were clearing your throat there.
I'm in recovery, not from alcoholism, but from 2 weeks. First in New
Of
Orleans.
alcoholism.
Yeah, pretty much. New
Yeah.
Orleans and the Albuquerque, which alcoholism. Okay,
Good boy.
Yeah, I can stop whenever I want to.
Yeah, sure you can.
I have enablers. Scott Hoverman, who I was with in New Orleans, he is online here. Nicholas Rodriguez Fernandez, good morning. Bill McCaslin, always here. McCaslin, always here. One of our YouTube viewers. Edward Von Bissenstein.
Edward.
He's been waiting. He's
I
like,
know.
"Where's Point Blank?" Not this week. Where's
Not
I
this
Sell
week, buddy.
Comics? Well, yeah,
Not that week.
Yes, Herb D.W. Cloutier. Godspeed, my friend. Recovering from an injury. Ronald Armstrong, what's up?
Hello, everybody. We're going to give you all shout-outs and not cover comics whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a shout-out
It's
episode.
I sell shout-outs.
Actually, Mike, it's a day of celebration. Huge day of celebration. July 25th, 2018 was a dark day in comics when Brian K. Vaughan announced that Saga would be taking like a year-long hiatus.
Well, nobody knew about pandemics back then.
Yeah, they needed a little time to rest and recover. They said we're about the halfway point.
Yeah.
We want to come in strong for the second half. We'll be back in like a year or so.
Wow.
And
the best laid plans.
That went more like 2.5 years until today, ladies and gentlemen. Saga number 55 is out. January 26th, 2022. Better late than never.
Yeah,
and,
hold on, wait a minute. Let's do the math on this. It was 2018, you said.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
No, 3.5 years, actually.
3.5?
Well, yeah.
Maybe I'm even wrong. I might even be wrong on that date.
19,
but
20,
it
21,
seemed
22.
like forever,
Yeah,
man.
it does seem like forever. Actually, 3.5 years. So,
Okay.
but that's beside the point, man. Because it was supposed to be a year, but now they're back and better than ever. So, good
Thank
for you,
God,
Brian K.
man.
Vaughan.
Thank God. Now, unique comic in that they can create their own. They can do whatever they want. Not really controlled.
No.
Amazing. No doubt about that. But when they announced the hiatus, how much of a hit financially? Because it's on everybody's list, right?
It was, yes.
Yeah. So they're like, we're going to take a break.
We've had people who are like, well, pandemic came along and I can't afford comic books anymore, so I'm taking a break. And
Oh wow.
yeah.
Okay, so it's like okay.
It's just the way of the world, man.
Okay.
You get reservists, you lose reservists. It's just the way that things go. Holy Christ.
Ouch.
Jules?
Oops,
Yeah,
sorry, I just dumped my coffee. Live, everybody. Oh, watch the comics. Oh
my goodness.
I'll pay for these.
I'll be right back.
I dumped my Rook coffee. Hey, this happens. As long as it's not in electronics, okay, we're good. If you see sparks flying, you'll know what happened. It didn't hit the board though, so all right. I got to keep it farther out of reach. It's also burning a hole in my jeans, but Mike's grabbing paper towels. It's all right. It's just a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound.
Usually Ming has a sippy cup.
Usually the lid keeps it on there. All right, all I gotta do is keep it. Wait, give me one for the laptop.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you. I'll give you a shit ton for the laptop. Here you go, buddy.
There we go. Thank you very much. All right. Anyways, back to Saga.
You ruined my shoes.
Did I? No, I
I'm
didn't.
kidding. Ming's feet
need-
are literally in a puddle.
You need new shoes.
and you're grabbing. I like my old shoes.
Anyways, back to Saga. How much of a? I mean, you. I know you weren't panicking or anything, but you're like, that's like.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Is that? I mean, these days, is that like? Well, we're just gonna stop making Batman for like.
Well, they did the same thing with
couple of years.
Wolverine. They
Thank
did
you.
that with Thank you, honey. They did that with Superman for a month. You know, you take a hit, but you know what? You hope that the team comes back stronger than ever. And Ming,
Thank you.
Did they?
Thank you.
Did they come back better than ever?
They did. They did.
Did not disappoint?
They did. However, I saw a quote from a retailer when they announced the hiatus. It's like, gee, thanks for taking food out of my kids' mouths.
Wow, that's kind of selfish,
Was
but
that
all right.
a little extreme?
Well, I mean, maybe that's all they.
All right,
It was
thank you,
Saga
everybody.
only. It was the Saga only store. Here, why don't you give me your garbage?
Oh, thanks. All right. See, you sprung for the good. Is this the brawny?
Yeah.
The guy with the flannel?
Yeah.
Quicker picker upper. All right,
Dude,
thanks.
I'm telling you. No.
All right.
Are you, because I know that you spill
Oh,
stuff.
good. It smells like Rook Bali in here now. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Anyways, Saga number 55 back in action, my
All
friend.
right, so that's very cool.
Also, another great anniversary. I believe it was Monday, January 24th, 1994. Does that date ring a bell, Mike Zapsik? January 24th, 1994.
1994.
Yes.
Dear God, no.
I won't keep thinking. I won't keep it in suspense. That was the 28 years ago. Clerks premiered at the Sundance.
That's right. It's
Film
Clerks
Festival
Day.
on January 24th.
And my God, I should know that. And I did know that, but you threw me with all this
Coffee?
all over the place.
It's not any coffee.
No, it's Rook coffee.
Rook coffee.
They're still not sponsoring us.
They don't,
All right.
they don't sponsor anybody.
I know.
But
They don't
we're
sponsor
we're
us.
trying. I love you guys so much, and I'll dump it all over myself.
He's
I'll literally like Gatorade bucket.
He
I
is
should a
l-
Gatorade bucket. Like one day I'll Gatorade bucket on your
yeah.
head.
Don't do that because they serve it hot.
Yeah, it's Clerks. You know how people are like, oh man, I love that movie. That movie changed my life.
Yeah.
That movie literally changed both of our
It
lives.
changed your life like directly, like
Yes.
right there, right then.
Yes.
As soon as it came out on videotape, boom, you were pirating stuff off there. You made a fan website.
It worked out.
I'm not saying that your thievery wasn't well constructed, Ming. I think it was you. What did they say? Actually, it was Kirk who said it. It had the benefit of never having been tried before when he redid the Kobayashi Maru.
Okay.
That's your Kobayashi Maru was Clerks.
Yes. So long story short, saw Clerks, made a fan website. Kevin saw it, and podcasting, comic man.
He hired you first off. Let's get that straight. Called you up. You didn't think it was him. You hung up on him. You thought it was like your brother playing a prank on you.
I would never hang up on Kevin Smith. It did when I did first call though. I heard a scratchy, kind of lackadaisical voice, and he said Kevin wasn't there, but that he would call me back. And when I hung up, I was like, "Man, that guy sounded like Jay." It was like, "Hello, Kevin's not here right now." I was like, "That sounds like Jay from the movie." It was Jay from the
It
movie.
was Jay from the movie. Of course it was.
Yeah. Why
They
was
were
he
living-
answering phones that day? What's your theory?
Was it at the? It wasn't at the stash because
No. It was at the our old office, right here.
69 Broad Street.
On Broad Street with the clown on the window.
Yeah, right over. It was right over one of the restaurants
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's like a language school.
Yeah, I was like, why is Jay answering the phone? He didn't have anything better to do that day. He
Why not?
needed money, I think. So they hired him to be the receptionist that
Wow,
day.
that's kind of harsh, man. I mean, the dude's in Clerks, so why wouldn't he be answering the phone?
I don't know. Well, at the time when I thought they'd all gone Hollywood, so I thought he was living in a mansion. I thought he was out by the pool, driving a Ferrari.
Yeah, people say that about comic book men too. Like, oh, you went Hollywood. Look at you driving your,
Your Hyundai, your Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah, your Hyundai Sonata. Oh, wow.
Wow,
Yeah,
big man.
Actually, I drove my Saturn until I couldn't drive it anymore. So
That's only because someone plowed into it.
yeah, I know. I'm me.
I miss that car.
Me too. You know me. I find what works and I stick with it. Somebody actually said, "Holy crap! I saw a picture of you and you've got the same exact hairstyle." I said, "Of course I do." You know, what am I going to do? Feather my hair back? What is this, the 80s?
You
Am
could
I
sit a
getting...
watch to that hairstyle.
You could, and you can actually, you know, the part in my hair, ruler. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it changed your life, too.
Clerks did. Clerks was...
shop, there would be no stash if it wasn't.
There would be no stash. Walt Flanagan wouldn't have been running it, and I wouldn't have been asked to come in and work weekends. And then we were just talking about this. This place did change my life.
Somebody should do that as a short, like you know how like It's a Wonderful Life. You know, if George Bailey never existed.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, what if Kevin's? Oh no, Mr. Gower. You know, you got to go. You'll be working at a pharmacy,
right?
Or you'll be
poisoning children.
Yeah, you'll be poisoned. Actually, that's more of a Johnson thing. But you'd be Nick. You'd be bartending. Look at me, I'm giving away wings.
Oh, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Nick was not a nice guy.
In the alternate dimension, he was a jerk.
It's one of the first uses of the multiverse.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, I contend that is one of the very first uses of the
one of the
multiverse.
first what ifs.
Yes.
Yeah.
George Bailey, what if? Can you imagine if Disney did that? Like, what if, George Bailey? George Bailey was actually given the super soldier serum, made his ear all better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, but not for his family or not for Bedford Falls.
No, not for Donna Reed. She'd be like, man, she as beautiful as she was, she couldn't have found somebody to who would have loved her.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not terribly realistic.
She died an old maid. I'm like, I don't.
No, she's Donna Reed. She would not die an old maid.
Yeah, I think old Hee Haw would have picked her up, right?
Oh yeah. Well, he was kind of a sleazoid, but that's all right. But it did give him $20,000. So
he did.
Yeah,
he did. No credit.
No questions asked, Ming.
No questions asked. So say anything to wipe out Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter, yes. Old man Potter, the sick, twisted little spider.
One of those evil men in cinema, next to Darth Vader.
Yes, I would concur. Yes.
He looked like Anakin.
Vader
put a mask on him. He would have been.
Vader was much nicer, I think.
How so?
I just think that Vader was more personable than Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter was just a twisted, evil old man.
Old, cranky old man.
Yes, but we haven't been around for a little while, so there's a couple things that...
you came up with a list.
I did. I sent you some bullet points.
What do you want to start out with?
Let's do a couple memoriams. In memoriam to...
Jeez, it's been a crap.
Oh, my God, it has.
Where do you want to start?
Bob Saget. Let's talk about Bob, because pop culture icon Bob Saget... the narrator from How I Met Your Mother, the dad from Full House, one of the most beloved comedians out there. He also did America's Home Videos, America's Funniest Home Videos.
And now he's gone, how much can you love that you loved Full House? How come how much?
I didn't love Full House. I was not a Full House fan. No,
I like and respect Full House.
I can respect Full House without actually having been that guy that was like, oh, TGIF.
I've probably seen almost every episode, just because I had nothing better to do on a Friday night.
Okay, I had much better things to do on a Friday night, like get loaded and Fridays
not
were
better.
Oh,
that's not
back
better than
in the day. It was, but Full House. He died in Florida.
Orlando, which that's not. Yeah, I don't want to die in Orlando, but he died peacefully in his sleep. I believe.
From what I understand, he missed checkout, and they went to go see what was up, and
it sucks. 65.
Yeah,
my friend had seen him do stand up the night before in Tampa. So,
wow.
Or actually in Orlando, I think. So that's good thing she caught him.
Yeah. Oh, thank God for your friend. Yeah. That is such a weird thing to say.
Is it?
Yeah. Thank God she saw him, because he was dead the next day.
That
sounds weird. It
sounds weird. It's positive.
It is very weird. So that's a story she'll be telling for years and years.
Yeah, but
God rest his soul.
Loved him in Entourage. They were like, hey, will you be a version of, like a not so nice version of yourself a carouser.
Right.
And he said he would do it.
He also was in Half Baked, which was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was great. And in that, just one of the most memorable lines, which I will not say right
He
now.
could poke fun at himself.
Yeah,
that's
and
what I loved.
Well, that's what made him such a great comedian. And a lot of people coming up were like, he fostered that. And which brings me to my next in memoriam, Louis Anderson. Louis Anderson, again, the pop culture. He was your favorite employee at McDowell's.
Yes.
He was also
They're not arches, they're arcs.
They're arcs, and he had a very memorable TV show. This is something I watched because it was weird. It's Life with Louie, the cartoon. It was on Fox, and it was about him and his dad. And years later, it came out that his father was abusive in so many ways. And this was kind of therapeutic for Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of flack for that, a lot of flack. And I remember reading that. That's when the internet was like first used as like weaponized. And people were going off on him like, where you could go and you could like throw a haymaker at somebody and have full anonymity.
Right.
I was like, they were so unfair to him, and I think that he was a good comedian, and he was also very nurturing to the up and comers. So you don't want to spill that all all the
well, no,
okay,
good.
Good.
Good to the last drop. Everybody. Good to the last.
Yeah,
drop.
which is right there.
Every drop, every last drop is on this table.
So I think that was unfair, and I think it was kind of heartbreaking for me because I'm like, this poor guy, and what are you going to do? Go on and face down the haters because then you get beat down yourself, which what I did anyway, and get beat down.
Yeah.
So, but it was.
Did you watch the cartoon?
I did, and I can understand why he voiced the father and Louis, so I can see where he was doing that. This is a therapy thing. Getting all that, the god-awful poison out of his system, which I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah, and he hosted Family Feud?
Hosted Family Feud, was one of the, and he was very, very good at it. But, I mean, first off, you go Richard Dawson, who created, the hosting duties. That he wrote the book on it.
The smarmy.
Yeah, not smarmy so much.
All you have to do is say game show host and automatically get this picture in your head.
Richard Dawson.
Richard
absolutely.
Dawson
He was the guy. But then Ray Combs, who ended up taking his own life because he couldn't fill those Richard Dawson iconic shoes.
Is that true?
That's very true.
He felt so much pressure that he couldn't take.
That was part of it. That led to it, and it's awful. But and then Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
And talk about having two huge acts to follow. But he did it well, and he also was in the Zach Galifianakis. Is it called Canvas? I forget the.
Let's say yes.
It's on Apple TV. I've never seen it, but he played Zach Galifianakis' mother, and I thought that's a bold choice.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know you were such a Louis Anderson fan.
I actually appreciated the hell out of Louis Anderson.
No idea.
So yeah, he was. He had such like that baby face. You couldn't help but like him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Who next? I mean, it's
Baskets.
a long list.
Called Baskets. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Chase Styles.
Chase Styles. Baskets.
Canvas baskets. That's what baskets are made out of, canvas. So I don't know.
Wow, you were way off.
I was way off. It's one word though.
You were way off. Thank you, Matthew Ziegler. We'll give you the second place.
Thank you, Matthew. And
who's next on your list? It's a long list.
It is a long list, but let's just. Gaspar, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Uliel.
Oh yeah, the dude from Moon Knight.
Uliel.
The upcoming Moon Knight. Yes.
So Gaspard, he completed, I believe, the season of Moon Knight that's coming out on Disney Plus. He was cast as Anton Mogart, or Midnight Man.
Yeah.
And he's a main villain for Moon Knight, and he was in a skiing accident, and again,
Tragic.
Don't ski, folks. Just don't.
I was actually about to say that too.
There's a lot of people.
Do you ski?
I do not.
Have
I
you
tried
ever
one.
skied?
Yeah, I have.
And?
I suck at it. So, and not only that, it's cold.
Okay.
It's
wet.
It's wet.
It's cold.
It's cold. You can't ski in jeans, which is pretty much all I wear. So I'm like, oh my god. And jeans.
You don't put on that Ned Flanders outfit? So
No.
So I'm wearing nothing at all.
That would be
Nothing at all.
awesome. I would probably rock that
The speed.
the Olympic speed suit.
Okay.
But no, I suck at it. I can't ice skate and I can't ski. I tried snowboarding. Sucked
Really?
at that too. Yeah, once. And then, but snow tubing, that I can do.
Yeah.
I can put my butt into a tube and fly down it.
Thank you, Feeney Rapolia. Stupid sexy Zapsik.
Stupid, sexy Zapsik. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I just skiing. You can't stop. You
Sonny
can-
Bono. I mean, didn't we learn from Sonny Bono?
No.
No, we did not. And
you can't stop. I don't know how to stop. Anything where I have to do it and I don't know how to stop, I can't. I'm not.
gotcha.
Okay, I don't
Liam
wanna do it.
Neeson's wife, Jolie Richardson.
Yeah, yeah.
It's unfortunate, and these are it's a lot of high profile people
Sure.
died skiing. So, and not only that, but didn't anybody see It's Alive or Alive? Not It's Alive. I think It's Alive is
Alive, the movie where
Alive.
that soccer team that ate each other.
Yeah, I mean,
What does that have to do with skiing?
well, technically they were on a mountain and there was snow. So,
Stretch, but okay.
folks, stay off a mountain where
Okay.
there's snow. That's all I have to say.
You know what? Stay inside.
Yeah, stay inside and watch reruns of Comic Book Men and Moon Knight when it comes out
yeah.
on Disney Plus.
Soon.
So yeah,
Well, what'd you think of the trailer?
I thought it was confusing, but I liked it. But I thought the WandaVision trailer was confusing as well. It didn't give you much meat on the bone, but I thought it was intriguing.
Until the end, though, how badass was that last shot of the Moon Knight? Like,
It was
from
great.
building to building. The costume looked great.
It looked fantastic, which, well, it should.
Khonshu.
Can't you?
Yes.
Yes.
And then Meatloaf.
Meatloaf, yes, Meatloaf. God love him. He would do anything for love, but he won't do that. I mean, for goodness sakes, and he even answered that question later.
Yeah,
on.
and as much fun as people made fun of him, he was. He sold a ton of albums.
He did?
I don't know if you were a fan or not.
Yeah, I was. His acting was. He had some acting chops as well.
Fight Club, man.
Yeah.
Fight Club. Yeah.
Rocky Horror.
Rocky
not
Horror.
Not only that, but also, did you remember his turn in Celebrity Apprentice?
I do not remember that. How did he do?
Well, he and Gary Busey were butting heads. So, I mean, you're butting heads with Gary Busey. That's just horrible.
I butted heads with Gary Busey on one occasion, and I lived to tell about it, though. I lived to tell about it.
Oh wow! Well,
did I tell you that story just real quick?
No.
We were at a con together in Tucson, Arizona, and I got a ride from the airport. I pull up to the hotel. He's sitting outside smoking a cigar. I'm like, holy crap, it's Gary Busey. So I go up and I introduce myself. I was like, oh my man, such a huge fan. Here's Point Break. You're awesome. Blah 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 blah. And he was like, son, hold on. I can't understand a word you're saying. Slow down.
you were just like, you were in speed mode?
I was not in speed mode, but I had forgotten he's got a head injury. He
Gotcha.
crashed his motorcycle
okay.
a number of years ago. And
Yes, with no helmet on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I slowed it down.
Was it an icy mountain he was on?
See,
there you go, folks.
It was not.
Stay home. Stay inside.
He was in L.A. He was
All
in
right.
L.A. And I slowed down, and he was like, "Oh, thanks, man." I tried to get him to come on party with us, and he
Oh my God, he would have killed you.
maybe.
He would have killed you.
I would've
You
died
would have been dead. No, you
In hindsight, probably a good thing he didn't come out because at some point we would have been like, "Where's Gary?"
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. I just saw him. He's gone, and then
He stole a motorcycle.
right. Or I mean, yeah, you don't want to let Gary Busey out of your sight.
No, you really don't.
So yeah. Anyways, Meatloaf. To me, it was like those lyrics and he was like a nerd rocker.
Yeah, he was.
To me, right?
And he was, everything that he sang was something that we went through. I mean, 70s and 80s, that was my time. So yeah, that's Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, of course, is every teenage boy's
yeah, thank you. Thomas Favreau. Meatloaf was a great baseball coach. In a metaphorical way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And Phil Rizzuto. I mean, you get Phil Rizzuto on your album, you're doing pretty okie dokie.
You're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, God rest Meatloaf. And let's do a living memorial to.
Yeah, you mentioned this.
Yes, I mentioned this last time,
Okay.
and this is something that's it's huge to me, and it should be huge to you because George Perez.
Yes. Comic book alumni. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Not just an alumni, but
look,
he
look
was.
at how happy you are. He's handing
my
you a
God.
piece of artwork right here.
I'm stunned.
Like, you ever want to see Mike Zepsik stunned? That's
My
the face
mouth
right
was
there.
open. The flies were gathering.
He's gaping. Yes.
With his lovely wife Carol.
Yes.
George was and let's pull back the curtain a little
Okay.
bit. This wasn't the first time I had ever met George Perez.
Okay.
Perez. George is a legend on the con circuit, and he's a legend in comics itself. So I got to meet him at Wizard World Chicago 2001, and he actually gave me this piece. He was working for CrossGen, and I got online, and I fully expected to pay for this, but CrossGen picked up the tab
For everybody?
for everybody. I was waiting online, and
Wow.
I got there like right when the con opened, and I was like 10 or 15th in line for this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I waffled. I was going, who am I going to get him to draw for me? Oh my God, do I get Wonder Man? Do I get Power Girl? Do I get? And I'm like going through the list, and I'm
Yeah. How
hearing
do you
all
decide? You have one shot.
I know, but I had 2
One
hours
shot.
to decide because we were waiting online. And when I got up there, I knew that he was diabetic at that time.
Okay.
And he was going for 2 hours straight.
Okay.
And my lovely bride, Julia, came up to me. She's like, you want something to eat? And I said, you know what? I'm okay for now, but if you could get me a couple of oranges, because natural sugars. So I got a couple of oranges and I gave them to him. And he's like, oh, that's really sweet. And he took a picture of me and this picture. He's wearing a CrossGen. He had a CrossGen jersey on.
Right.
Which was beautiful. And CrossGen, for those who don't know, CrossGen was a comic book company that came
That picked up the tab for everybody's commissions.
Yeah, it did.
And they're not around anymore.
They're not around anymore. No, but they were. They footed the bill for a lot of stuff, and it was like if you and I started up a comic book company, like comic books
Here,
for everyone,
everyone's free, and
Yeah.
here we just got like Jim Lee to come over. All
Yes.
commissions free.
Yeah, Jim actually wasn't just Jim Lee. It was him, Paul Pelletier, and Doug Mankey, I think, was there.
Yeah.
Was he? Yes, he was working for CrossGen at the time, and they were trying to do the image model where they pulled in the best of the best,
Right.
And they got some of the best and brightest comic book artists to work for him, which is George was their their prized gem in their diadem. So it's fantastic, and unfortunately, George. Last month was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and was given 6 months to a year to live.
Yeah.
And rather than just being like, woe is me, which I would do, I'm sure, he said, I want to get out there and I want to meet the fans, and I want to spend my remaining time, not looking back with regret, but looking forward with joy. And I love that attitude. That is so amazing. And I hope that this... I pray for a miracle that, his cancer goes into remission. But, this is a guy who's taken life by the cojones and just being so positive. It's amazing. And
thank you, Courtney Fiddler. Yeah, class act. Didn't have no money to get an autograph. He just grabbed her comic and signed it, and she'll never forget that.
That's the kind of man that he was, and it didn't matter if you had money. If you were a fan of the book, if you were a fan of comics in general, he was a fan of yours, which, speaks volumes about his character. And not only this, but I sent you...
real quick, why Yellow Jacket?
Why Yellow Jacket? Hank Pym has always been a favorite of mine because, back when I was growing up and reading comic books, here's the piece that he did for me for Comic Book Men. When I was growing up, you had Ant-Man, you had Giant Man, you had Goliath, and he was changing identities all the time. And I thought it was really cool because here's this guy who, he's a scientist, but he's also a superhero, which the two don't really gel well. You know, a scientist
Right,
is a
until
guy
they
who,
do, and then they're awesome.
and exactly.
Reed
And
Richards and
Yellow Jacket was always a favorite of mine because, I mean, I saw him team up with Spider-Man in a Marvel, a couple issues of Marvel team up where, Spider-Man teams up with Yellow Jacket and the Wasp, and you get to see him doing his stuff, and he's like this, he kicks ass.
Yeah.
And if you look at Ant-Man in Avengers 161, which George also drew, he's got Ant-Man kicking the Avengers' asses, all of them. The Vision, he's taking down the Vision, Iron Man, Captain America, Wonder Man, these powerhouses. I mean, granted, they're like, oh, he's our friend, but I mean, he's literally kicking all of their asses.
right. Don't pull your punches.
No, and he didn't.
Yeah,
So it was really
yeah,
cool.
He did. So no, why should you? Yeah, for sure. This is the artwork from Comic Book Man. So
Yep.
this is what he's handing you.
Yes.
This is him handing you the artwork.
Yep,
This is the artwork.
that's the artwork, and that's the
pretty
first
awesome.
appearance of Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Avengers number 9, which is somebody came and gave that to me.
Somebody gave it to you?
Yeah, they said
Wow.
They said I had this in my collection. It's a reader's copy, but I'd be honored if you took it. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I gave him a signed Comic Book Man poster signed by everybody, including Kevin.
Yeah.
And hopefully he still has that because I certainly have that.
Yeah. Real quick, this is one last time I saw him. This is Dragon Con 2018, I believe. I think no matter what, he would always Dragon Con was his favorite. So he would always make an appearance at Dragon Con, and every time we saw him near Comic Con, very gracious of his appearance here on Comic Book Ben. Talk glowingly of it, and look at his smile. That's not fake.
No.
I don't think
It's
The
not.
thumbs up.
And he gave us the secret stash. He gave us his
right.
lamb chop.
back there somewhere,
It's
right?
back here. Lamb chop shirt that his wife Carol made for him.
Yeah.
And he signed it for us. He and Carol, because Carol sewed all of his con shirts for him.
Yeah.
So-
and then I saw him a year later. We were in line. There's a Dragon Con party. It's called the Bunny Hutch. Like all the ladies come in like
Okay.
like superhero versions of the Playboy Bunny outfit.
Nice.
And he was in line. We were trying to get him to get us in with him, but no dice. No dice. It's like, hey George, you got any more of those skip the line wristbands? Like, no man,
Nope.
that's it, man.
Get out, Ming.
It's like, well, come on, man. The comic when
Come on, can I? No.
Oh, come on, man. Help a brother out, man.
Yeah.
No.
You changed, George. You changed.
Change, yeah. I don't even know you anymore. Yeah, no, we
You never knew him.
we tried. Real quick, this is a recent photo. Checked. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
Do you know
Yeah.
who was in this photo?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's Jim Lee.
Okay.
That is Marv Wolfman.
Yes.
And who's that back there? Is that Tom?
I have to check. He was a. That is. Sorry, I'm looking this up. That is Mike Carlin,
Mike Carlin.
Carlin.
The great Carlini.
Yes.
Great.
and then
So-
of course George. So this was maybe a week ago.
A week or two ago. This is fantastic.
January 18th. So
a week, 10
about
days
about
ago.
a week ago.
This
And,
is fantastic. And this is something that makes me so happy because, and Marvel has yet to do this, and I'm calling you out, Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel Comics. But DC had a luncheon for George, a George Perez Day at Burbank Studios, their Burbank headquarters. And they had George out there, which I think is amazing in and of itself. And, you know, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you need that. We should have wakes for when people are alive, not when they're dead. So.
Good point. I mean, very rarely. Well, not that rare, but a lot of times you don't know you're going to go. So
True, and that's what. Well, why not make every day a wake? You know, yesterday was.
You know I do.
Yeah, you do.
Anybody's hung out.
You
with
make
me
you
knows
make
I
it an
do,
Irish
so.
wake for God's sakes. So.
Sure. If you're gonna do a wake, make it an Irish wake.
Yeah, I'm
Do it
having
Irish
some
style.
coffee. So should I spill this on the laptop or just? I'm gonna drink it.
We already did that. Now, if you did it, it wouldn't be cool anymore.
No, it's true.
It's a copycat.
I'm just I'm a wagon jumper.
Yeah. So George, hopefully, he says he might try to do one more show. I just saw somewhere out there they have arranged a private signing if you need.
They're doing a signing with CGC.
Okay.
Someone told me. Someone came in yesterday, bought a bunch of George Perez
I'm gonna
stuff.
send it over.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. But for me, I don't need it to be signature certified. For me, I know that George signed my stuff. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I got the photos. I mean, we're on TV with him for Pete's sake,
I know.
so it's not like we.
And I've got 2 pieces of his original art. So yeah. And I've got his sweat. I can clone George Perez.
He's got his. Sweat.
He's got his sweat on that.
Tears and Lord knows what else is on that.
Dude, you make things so weird sometimes.
I don't, but you look into his background. There's
dude, no. Let's celebrate his life. And here's a guy who has done so much for so many people, and he's given. I mean, let's talk back on his career. He started off in Rich Buckler's bullpen. Rich Buckler was a huge artist back in the 70s. Deathlock, Fantastic Four, and George was in his stable. So George,
young. What do you know? What age?
Very young. I think he was 18 or 19.
Okay.
I mean, I'd have to look that up. Somebody can fact check.
Wikipedia. Yeah.
So he does that, and he does some work on the Fantastic Four, and Rich has to step back from the Fantastic Four. So who do they get? George Perez. They get his, and sort of handpicked successor.
Right.
And he goes and he makes a big splash, and people are like, holy crap, this is amazing. Not since, Jack Kirby. Even Rich Buckler's pencils are, and he was raw. That's the whole thing. You saw, just the power behind his pencils, because there's no shading.
Right.
And a lot of the backgrounds are not what they would become. But you look at it and you're like, holy crap, this guy has something.
Yeah.
You recognize that talent and you're like, oh my God. It's like looking at Avengers 141, where he jumped from Fantastic Four. He did some stuff for Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, and he did help create the White Tiger, which is pretty damn cool in and of itself. Then he goes over to the Avengers and he makes a splash there, 110, where they're fighting the Squadron Sinister on a parallel Earth. And you're looking at these pencils and you're like, this guy has something. And even at like 9 or 10 years old, I'm like, wow. Actually, I was like 8, 7.
All right, you noticed. It stood out.
Yeah. That was, and actually his 151 was what cemented me as like a George Perez Uber fan back in the day, because it was he retold the origin of the Avengers and their entire timeline in this one book, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And he got to throw in every character that the Avengers had. Spider-Man was in there, Daredevil. You got to see him rocking everybody. The Hulk, the Champions, they were being drawn by George Tuska back then, and you're like, wow, the Champions look really cool. And then you go over and you see George Tuska's art, and George Tuska was like a workhorse. Very, very competent, very, very skilled, but it didn't have that pop. It wasn't like that comic book artist. So, and you're like, oh, okay. But I'll go back to this and look at George's art a little bit more.
Now, and Master of cramming like 150 superheroes and
oh my
villains
God.
on one, like
holy crap.
Page.
And there was so much detail put into that. And Avengers 160 was where I started noticing that George would put little things from 3 issues ago, stuff that was like throwaway. Like they were in this lab and they're being confronted by, and I think I said this on show. Yeah, I think I said this on this show, where there was a hand. It was the Stone Knight, the Black Knight's body was turned to stone, and it was animated by like this evil force that sent him against the Avengers, and he was taken down by the Vision. But you saw this fist, this stone hand just laying in the background in the debris.
Yes.
And you're like,
wait a minute.
Holy crap, that goes back. It was a callback. That's like one of the earliest Easter eggs / callbacks I can remember.
You noticed. Like,
I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Like, who would do that?
Yeah. And then, they show you in 161 the Wasp and Yellow Jacket's house. And you're walking through and you're looking on the halls, down the halls, and there are photographs of like Reed Richards and Ben Grimm. Like,
Yum.
I'm like, oh, cool. They have posters of superheroes in their rooms too, just like me. So
Yeah, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
Right on. Do you want Derek's George Perez story?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go to Pat Koala first. George, what every creator should strive to be: kind to fans, goes out of your way to make things special for everyone. He's a class act. Absolutely.
Damn straight, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, Derek, who was on the show, is Mr. Pop and Twist.
Yes.
The balloons. Meaning William Cat, the greatest American hero, NYC 2008. Something looks over his shoulder, who starts geeking out because he sees George Perez.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Actually, shoot, did I tell this story? I can't remember. I may have. So I was at C2E2 like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. George and his wife came over to say hello, and we're talking. All of a sudden, he looks over to who's on my right, which was Svengoolie from MeTV.
Svengoolie!
And he starts flipping out. And he's wearing a Svengoolie shirt. Really wanted to meet Svengoolie, so he went over to meet him. He's geeking out, just like me and you would have. And then he leaves, and I look at my table, and I notice there's an envelope on my table.
Yeah, you did tell me. Go ahead. Keep going.
About yay thick, maybe a little more. And I was like, hey, I think George left this here, and I think I know what's inside. So I put it away for safekeeping. Moments later, I get a panic call from a representative of the Comic-Con. Like, hey, Ming, did George happen to leave something on your table? Like, we're looking all over for it.
Ming's over there smoking a cigar with a brandy. He's got a top hat on. He's like,
with $100
everybody,
bill.
drinks on me.
So, I could have been like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
You would have been.
George was here,
my
but
God.
But no, I don't know what you're talking about. But I was like, no, I think he left something here, and I think he might want it back.
Yes.
And yeah, it was commission money.
It was
for
cash.
It was cash.
Probably like 10 G's.
I was theorizing maybe 20 for the purposes
Wow.
of the story. I'm going to say 20. I
right.
just and
Make you seem better.
I gave it back to him.
Yeah.
I gave it back. I mean, that's a lifetime of bad karma. And
Oh my God, and especially for George.
yeah, I was like, hey George, check it out. I got 2 Hulk 181s. Check it out. Like,
Hey, you want to sign one for me?
yeah,
He's like, I'm ruined. I'm ruined.
Great deal, man. No, I gave him back the money.
Good boy.
That's my George Perez. That's probably
George stories are, they're always heartwarming. I've never heard of anyone who had a bad experience with George.
No,
Not even on like his worst day.
he's not that guy.
No, because he is not that guy.
He's not that guy.
That's very cool. So, and you know what? We love George, and we wish him nothing but the best. George, you are always welcome at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. I would love to have you come back, and even not to meet the fans, but just to come in, hang out.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him one more time.
Yeah.
I mean, or multiple times.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Or if you wanted to do one more signing here at the Secret Stash, I would love that.
put him to work.
No, I would make it very, very light for him.
Yeah,
but
come hang out. We'll buy you a pizza,
and
we'll lock the door. And we'll buy you a pizza.
Yeah, well, I would be happy to. Actually, to hell with that. I'll buy you a seafood tower from Char.
Okay,
You deserve it. Because Ming has sticky fingers, and maybe not all the commission money got back to George.
Yeah,
Maybe not all. Hey, it's a small fee for you.
Dude,
there you go,
after
George.
I gave it back, do you think he counted it?
Fuck yeah. Oh
counted
my
it?
God, yes, he did.
It's like, wait a minute.
Like, wait a minute, hold on. That's that guy
7,
from Comic Book Man.
8.
He's like, let me make sure that these aren't stuck together.
Wait a minute, 7, 8. Wait a minute, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, seriously. $8, Ming. What the hell?
Yeah. It's a finder's fee.
Yeah. Seriously,
finder's
George, you that's $8 more than you had.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it would have been tacky, like, so reward.
So yeah,
It's a reward. Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished.
your hand
right?
is very dirty, Ming.
Yeah, all's fair and like
No,
fighters.
no.
Right.
It's you kidding? That's just awesome.
Yeah, no,
I
come
love
on.
the fact
Come on.
that George was, and you know what? That it's professional courtesy too. Because
Sure.
if you had done the same thing, he would have walked it over to you.
Probably, yeah.
So yeah.
He would have drawn me a picture. It was like, hey, stop leaving this crap on my table.
And if the positions were reversed, I know it. He's got you in a top hat, like burning dollar bills.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, comics.
Let's talk comics.
What are you reading, my friend?
What am I reading?
Yeah,
Here, actually, why don't we? You read
Oh,
Saga.
sorry. Yeah, before I before I dumped coffee on. Oh, thank God, there's no coffee.
Here, why
on
don't
this
you
one.
talk about Saga?
That
Why don't you tell
Saga?
us
Saga,
a
I
little-
have to pay. Saga, I have to pay for.
You do.
Geez, I ruined a copy that a customer could have.
Well, now you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't read this yet, so I didn't know. I didn't think it'd be in stock. Actually, but you just put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have not read this yet. I am dying to read this after two. Actually, I think I have to go back and reread everything, which you can. When is the omnibus coming out?
The omnibus is coming out.
54 issue omnibus.
Yeah, it's coming out. I've got like 3 coming for the stash.
Okay, how much?
I think it is $100 or $125.
That's it.
That's
I mean,
it.
I got to be honest with you. That's it.
That's it.
That's a small price to pay for.
Very small price. If you're interested, call the stash. I can put one aside for you. But
Yeah, and then they have I think 9 volume collected.
yeah, trade paperbacks.
When is that coming out?
Oh, you mean the box set?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Again, no idea. There's so many things to keep track of when it comes to stuff that's coming out, but coming out soon.
Yes. This one I did read though.
Yes.
This one intrigues. So Batman Catwoman special. This is it's thick. It's big. Batman Catwoman relationship. You know, you're happily married now. You've been in relationships.
Of course.
You've been in this one very unique. You know, perpetually unique. Hero, villain, opposites track. I don't know. However you want to clarify or quantify this relationship.
Complicated.
Complicated. That's a great one. Did you ever see this relationship going long term? It doesn't seem like it's something that would work out.
If you watch the old Batman TV show and you see the Julie Newmar sexual chemistry with Adam West, you're like, nah, maybe, you know, you've got...
sexual great.
Yes.
But fleeting in most cases.
Of course, yeah, and that's the way it is. And I think the TV show played it up for laughs because Catwoman was always like threatening to murder Robin. You know, it's like, well, we can kill Robin, and dump his body. It'll be great.
Oh, a little jealousy, I think. You know,
well, possibly.
Yeah.
But there's that, and but you've got Batman who is like a nun. He is literally a nun. He's like, no, we can't do that.
Except when he's around Catwoman.
Yeah,
and then he loosens his morals.
Yeah, a little bit. But did I ever see it going long term? Let's say yes. They're the on again, off again that you're like, damn, they're no good for each other. They're like the Sam and Diane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're no good for each
your
other, but
friend
they're
who's
perfect
always
for each other.
Your friend with the girlfriend that you don't really like.
Right.
And you're like, dude, what are you doing? But they break up, they get back together, you shake your head.
Yeah, and
you're there when they break up, and then you shake your head again when they get back together.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't say anything, because you've already said everything that you can say. So, but Superman approved of Catwoman at one point. He's like, you guys make a great... She lessens your stuff. And, on Earth 2, back when they still had Earth 2, which they may have again, we're not sure. But Earth 2, they actually got married after Catwoman did her time and had a daughter named Helena, the Huntress. She became the Huntress, which is a really badass. She was a badass superhero.
Yeah, for sure. This one imagines if the relationship did go long term, shows a relationship in a series of flashbacks taking place mainly on Christmas. So I'm thinking this one may have been delayed a month.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, it's
do they have Batman giving Catwoman a very special Christmas present?
Yes.
By going downtown?
No. That does not happen.
I'm telling you, Batman would go downtown, folks.
And Edward von Bissenstein, Catwoman's pros were sticking around since Batman can't, my friend. Won't.
No,
Won't.
but nice downtown. I like it. Edward, you and I are on the same brain level.
Downtown.
Which is horrible.
Yeah.
Going downtown.
Yeah, I
Heartily approve?
heartily approve. I love this. It's a one shot, but it's part of the Black Label series. Written by Tom King, so you can't go wrong with that. Art by Jean-Paul Leon. And
the late Jean-Paul Leon.
the late this issue is dedicated to him, but good stuff. Good stuff.
Excellent.
Man. What do you got right there?
I've got here's my indie of the week. It's House of Slaughter by our friend James Tinian IV.
I approve of that title.
This is awesome, and I really can't give my review out giving too much away.
Okay.
But if you haven't been reading House of Slaughter, you're depriving yourself. It comes from the world of Something is Killing the Children, and this is really, really well done. If you're looking for something that is deeply disturbing but still kick ass, pick this up. It's pretty amazing, and the art is moody and stylistic.
Oh. All right.
Do I sound like a 1970s like K-Tel commercial?
It worked.
Yeah,
those commercials worked. I bought a lot of.
Sure did.
Or I wanted to buy a lot of those records on the K-Tel commercial.
You did when you got that Penny and the Columbia House thing. So,
I was supposed to get 6 albums for free, and they just kept coming.
Didn't they know I didn't want anything after number 6?
Right.
Superman and Robin special. The Super Sons are back in business. You have Jonathan Kent, who is taking over as Superman for his father, who is not dearly departed, but don't know. We'll see what happens. Who teams up with Damian Wayne, who was his best friend, and through time manipulation and all sorts of weirdness that is the DC universe, he comes back hanging out with his best friend, and they're trying to solve a mystery that has extraterrestrial connotations, and they run afoul of so many governmental agencies. It's insane. And really, who has jurisdiction up at the North Pole?
Santa Claus?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So it's Santa Claus is he is the defining authority up there. Him and Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
That's it.
Hey, Santa Claus, like, dude, get out of here, man.
Yeah,
you got no jurisdiction here.
Get the hell out of here. So I've got a pile of elf corpses out on the tundra. Who cares? You know what? They work themselves to death. You chuck them out. You know, there's plenty more. Exactly. They're like pick lighters.
Yeah.
So, So this is actually, it's Peter Tomasi, who wrote The Adventures of the Super Sons. He's got a handle on both the characters. He knows what makes them tick. And this is like just pure delight.
Yeah. Can we talk about that ad on the back cover of that fine comic book?
The Batman. Yes, we can.
Yes. Did you see the 2-minute teaser that they released?
I did not.
Oh, man.
I have not seen it yet.
I don't know what your initial reactions when you found out they were making a outside of the the DC universe Batman movie. I don't know how you felt when they announced Robert Pattinson as the Batman. I don't know how you felt when I don't know if you saw the look at the Batmobile that they're using or any of it. I don't know what you've seen other than this ad right here. What are your feelings on this?
I'm willing to give it a shot, but do we need another Batman movie? That's my question.
Yes.
We do?
Yes.
Okay, good enough.
Thanks
for that definitive answer, Ming. That's all I needed to know. Do we need another Batman movie? Yes. Okay, Ming Chen said so.
Yes.
All right.
I don't know. Consensus the Justice League Batman not that great.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, I actually enjoyed it, but yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. But you enjoyed it, but did you love it?
No.
Okay.
No, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah. So there's always room for right now.
Oh my God!
There's room for improvement,
especially with the DC cinematic universe. Yes, there is.
Yeah, and I like that Matt Reeves was like, no, I just want to make a standalone, no Justice League, no no outside forces, the world of the Batman.
Okay.
And Robert Pattinson, interesting choice, not one that I was like, was I
Cedric Diggory?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Was I like the dude from of course I was.
Twilight? Yeah, right.
Was I like Mr. Mom? When Mike Keaton, of course I was.
Of course you were. Actually, I was like the Dream Team's Michael Keaton.
The Dream Team.
I love that movie.
Or was that Men at Work?
Yes, he was. It was him and Jim Belushi.
Yeah, it was a Garbage Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that worked out. The 2-minute clip is awesome if you choose to watch it. I thought
Night Shift's Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Night Shift's Michael Keaton.
Billy Blazkowski.
Yeah, I thought it introduced a pretty good tone. And cool. I think popular. If you've seen it out there, by all means, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking forward to this movie.
I will watch this in the cinema because I think it needs to be on the big screen.
In a dark movie theater, popcorn.
Yeah.
Icy,
slushy.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a movie. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not
Just
watching
feels
it on
like it. Yeah.
iPad. I'm not watching it on a laptop, but I'm not watching it at home. Pure and simple.
Damn straight, yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those. I mean, I didn't watch the. I found out that Matrix, on streaming on HBO Max. I'm like,
you're a smart man.
yeah, I didn't watch it.
You're a smart man. I did not see that memo when I went to the theater because it's the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see bullet time on the big screen, and I was like, oh, all right. I was like, it was good. It was good.
But it didn't knock your socks off.
No, and I was like,
That's what I think movies should be. They shouldn't
like
be
the first one, yes.
Yes, that one I saw that
knocked
with
everything
Julia,
out.
and yeah, I was like, wow, holy crap! How do I know that we're not living in the Matrix right now?
You don't.
Oh my God,
You don't.
we didn't. So, and we still might be.
Yeah,
So that's.
I Morpheus. If you're other, make me even cooler. If you're listening,
right.
instead of pulling me out. Yeah, Matrix. I was like, that was good, but like, why did they make this?
It wasn't necessary. No, probably not.
No, I mean, I guess it looked cool, but
Yeah.
Doogie Howser was in it. That was cool.
Oh well, good.
That part was cool.
All right. I like Doogie Howser. I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything else in your notes?
I do. I do.
I got. Yeah, go for it.
No, go ahead. You go.
Oh no, well, you did a live auction yesterday.
Yes,
How'd it
we
go?
did.
You,
Live-
in association with 3 Alarm Comics of Biloxi,
Our
Mississippi.
friend Scott Hoverman and I did a live auction. Went very well. We sold some items, which is great. We're going to be doing more in the future.
All right, that was my question.
Not just Scott, but also Darren Tucci from Pressing Matters
Yes.
LLC. Yeah.
Of Tonawanda, New York.
Tonawanda, New York. Yes, Darren Tucci and his lovely bride Amy. We'll be doing a. This is going to sound dirtier than it is, but a 3-way auction.
Okay.
And, we'll have some really cool stuff up, some Silver Age, no Golden Age, but some Silver Age stuff, some Modern Age stuff, some Copper Age. And I'm thinking about finding some toys to throw up there as well.
I mean, why not mix it up, right?
And we're going to mix it up. Yeah. And speaking of store news, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, we are having a 25% discount on Mondays and Tuesdays. All our back issues in that bin over there, which you can't see, but we have a huge back issue bin. And I've been rotating the stock, so you're not just getting the same old crap.
What's the discount, Mike?
Discount, I just said 25% off.
25%?
All back issues. That continues every Monday and Tuesday throughout the winter. Our last Tuesday is March 15th. And then we've got the spring, what is it? Not equinox, the autumnal. Yeah, spring equinox.
The longest day of the year?
Yes.
Or the shortest?
No, the medium day of the year.
Okay.
That's when the forces of light are conquering darkness.
Oh. Okay.
We will shop and ship in the.
Put out your glasses, Mike.
We're taking phone orders. Actually, that's what that says. We're taking phone orders, folks. So if you've got something you're looking for, give me a call. 732-758-0508.
So wait, is this true? Are you also doing remote reserve lists?
Yes.
Okay. Explain.
We are doing, if you are out in, say,
like Bangor, Maine.
Maine, and your comic book shop
Stinks.
it has been letting you down.
Yes.
You give me a call. We put your credit card on file, your address, your name, the titles you want me to pull for you on a monthly basis, and I can send them out weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And you get a discount. If you get 10 or more titles, we'll give you 10% off all of your comics. That includes back issues. That includes trade paperbacks. That includes if you need me to send you boards and bags or anything else.
From the world's
most famous comic book shop.
Most famous comic book shop.
Yeah. And
you can get your comics from the world's most famous comic book shop.
Yeah, you can.
Sign up. Doesn't matter. Well, U.S. U.S. only?
Yeah, continental United States.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I can't send them to the protectorates. You know what? The United States Postal Service and FedEx is making it very difficult for us to send outside and to Hawaii, Alaska, and the protectorates. It's insane. Also, we're coming soon. Keep watching I Sell Comics, folks, because I'm going to have some news for the 25th anniversary of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, which is this year. So we've got some stuff coming. Got some
Kevin
events.
doesn't mess around.
Kevin doesn't mess around, and this is going to be big, folks. 25th anniversary. It's the silver anniversary. Silver anniversary. The silver platters. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Brady Bunch.
And let's not forget that Kevin J. and Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, and Trevor Furman, and Ming Chen are traveling. Well, not you
I'm
so
not
much.
with them yet unless they'll. I'm working on it.
You're trying to grab those coattails.
Hey, come on.
But Kevin J, Brian, Jeff, and Trevor are touring with Fan Expo all around the United States over the next 6 months.
Portland, Sacramento, Dallas.
Yeah, check
Denver,
out an event near you.
pretty much everywhere.
And yeah, I mean, go see your favorite clerks, see your favorite, druggies who sell drugs outside.
It was fun.
of
I
convenience
partied
stores.
with those guys in New Orleans. Party with them wherever they're at a town near you,
Yep.
for sure.
So that's going to be big. That'll be huge in the coming months.
So real quick, how does this live auction work?
You go on
You go
and
live. It's a scheduled time. Anywhere from
Yep.
around the world can tune in.
yeah.
You list the books. Let's say this one right here, this comic book man one. Can you show me an
Oh,
example
absolutely.
of how we can sell this book online?
Well, you want this book,
Yes.
which is signed, which would be signed by me and Ming.
I mean, we'll sign it right now if you want to.
We could do it on
So
air.
do you list a flat price or
Yeah,
you have
I do a
people-
flat price rather than have people going back and forth. I don't really feel like going into auction mode. It's a live sale more than an auction, and
Oh,
if-
you don't do
Hey,
that? Like the guy-
$25. Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? 35. 35. Do I hear 35? Yeah, I'm not going to be doing one of those. That ain't me.
Yes.
Because I mean, for God's sakes, I have a bad enough stammer as it is. But
Well, guess what,
let's-
folks? I got a couple of these
If you want this,
signed by me and Mike. You said $30 shipped.
30 bucks shipped,
30 shipped.
signed by you and me.
Signed by
Do
me
we
and
have
you.
any signed by Kevin?
I don't. Well, those
Oh,
are
wow.
out. When he comes back, we'll have him sign some of
Cool.
these.
But we had them signed by Kevin. That was what,
you
50?
take payment via PayPal. You said?
We do PayPal, yes.
Let's go toward the company info@ashareduniverse.com. If you want this signed by me and Mike.
Yeah.
Let's throw that up.
There we go. We did our second live.
Is that how
sale.
simple it is?
That's as simple as it gets, Ming.
Cool.
PayPal at info@ashareduniverse.com. So the one person who
Really?
gets that.
That's
It's
simple,
that
huh?
simple.
I
Why wouldn't we?
cool. Here we bam.
There you
That's
are.
it. Easy as that, huh?
It's that
Do
easy.
you have a blue pen back there?
I do.
We'll sign it for you right now if you can find one.
Yeah,
If not,
can you
don't
grab, one of the paint
don't worry
pens,
about
please?
it. Yeah, throw it at his head.
Oh, look
And
at you. Or let's get the fat one.
Okay.
That one's always good.
look at this live signing right here.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah.
Is it literally this easy?
Yeah.
Cool,
We're doing
man.
A lot more for the
Oh, wait a
stash,
minute, there.
So people
Yeah.
should tune in. We
Oh, here, let me move the
so cool.
coffee.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will be doing more live sales.
Oh, real quick, see this? This is the season 1 poster. That's my chest, my rippling. Look at those
Attaboy,
rippling
man.
pecs right there.
But those
My
aren't your
chest.
hands.
No, they are my hands.
No, I thought they were Christian.
I'm
Palladino's
pretty
hands.
sure they're mine. I have to look again, but
Okay.
sorry, it takes me 10 years to autograph anything. But look at that, boom. After you.
Did you mention that we'll have news
Yes.
about the 25th
Yeah,
anniversary?
I did.
Fantastic.
Good job, Mike. Good job. All right. Wow. I just wanted to see how it worked. Wow, that was very easy. Cool. Awesome. All right. Somebody gets that.
Somebody will have that, and we'll wait till that dries.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
So
Cool.
yeah, so
All right.
it's that simple. And thank you, folks, for tuning in.
Yes.
I have to open up the shop, but we love you. And remember, I sell comics coming at you weekly. Hopefully, where are you next week?
Nowhere.
Beautiful. Coming at you next week, this same time, Wednesday at 9:30.
Yeah, we're not anywhere till Pensacon in February, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I haven't been invited. So
Mike Ensley, give Mike a call. Mike Zapsik a call.
So yeah, we'll be doing that. live here from the world's most famous comic book store, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. Come down and visit us, 65 Broad Street, Red Bank, New Jersey. You're going to have to walk because they're tearing up the street out front. But there's ample parking somewhere in Red Bank, I'm sure.
Get down here. All right, and
There you go.
What manner of creature stands behind this counter? Man or machine is the big mystery. With every transaction comes a sweet satisfaction as I cement my place in